Welcome to Whispers of Wisdom. This is not a channel for quick answers, motivation, or surface-level philosophy. This is a place where great books are not summarized. They are experienced, where words are not rushed, but allowed to echo. Here, we explore the deepest works ever written, books that question morality, identity, suffering, power, and the meaning of existence itself. Books that were never meant to comfort you, but to awaken you. In this video, we begin one of the most challenging and transformative philosophical works of all time, Friedrich Nietzsche's Thus Spoke Zarathustra. This book is not written like a normal philosophy text. It speaks like a prophecy. It challenges religion, morality, society, and most dangerously, you. Zarathustra is divided into 4 major parts, and in this video, we explore part 1, the foundation on which everything else stands. In this first part, we journey through chapters that reveal how the human spirit transforms, why traditional morality weakens life, why people invent other worlds to escape this one, and why denying the body is the beginning of self-betrayal. These are not ideas to memorize. They are ideas to sit with. So slow down, listen carefully, and let the words work on you. This is Whispers of Wisdom, and this is Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Part 1. Listen carefully. Chapter 1, The 3 Metamorphoses. Zarathustra speaks not to the crowd, not to the comfortable, not to those who seek agreement. He speaks to those who feel a weight inside them, a pressure that has no name. He speaks to those who sense that the life they inherited is not the life they were meant to live. In this first teaching, he does not begin with rules or commandments. He begins with transformation, with becoming, with the journey of the spirit itself. Zarathustra says, the spirit undergoes 3 metamorphoses, not once, but as a law of inner evolution. The spirit must become a camel, then a lion, and finally a child. These are not metaphors for stages of age, but for stages of consciousness. Most humans never complete even the first. Some reach the second and get lost in its fire. Very few arrive at the third. This is not a comforting teaching. It is a dangerous one. First, the spirit becomes a camel. The camel is the spirit that kneels, the spirit that asks, "What is the heaviest burden I can bear?" It does not ask for pleasure. It does not ask for happiness. It asks for weight. It seeks hardship, discipline, obedience, responsibility. The camel wants to prove its strength by endurance. It takes upon itself the moral laws, the traditions, the duties handed down by society, religion, culture, and family. The camel says, "Tell me what is hardest, and I will carry it." This is the spirit of duty, the spirit of obedience, the spirit of sacrifice. It is the stage of thou shalt be good, thou shalt obey, thou shalt be humble, thou shalt deny yourself, thou shalt carry guilt, thou shalt respect authority, thou shalt accept suffering as virtue. And this stage is necessary. Nietzsche does not mock the camel. Without the camel, is no strength. Without bearing weight, the spirit remains weak, shallow, undisciplined. The camel learns endurance. It learns seriousness. It learns how to say yes to burden. This is why the strongest spirits are often raised in strict systems: religion, harsh morality, rigid expectations. The desert makes the camel strong, but the camel's strength is borrowed. Its values are inherited. Its burdens are chosen by others. The camel carries the values of 1,000 years. It kneels before altars built by dead men. It honors laws whose creators are long gone. It obeys commandments without asking who benefits from them. The camel believes virtue is obedience itself. Eventually, the desert becomes silent, and in that silence, a question arises. Why? Why must I carry this burden? Why must I kneel? Why must I obey values I did not create? Why must I sacrifice myself for ideals that weaken me? Why is my strength used only to serve something outside me? This question is the beginning of danger. Now the spirit transforms. The camel becomes a lion. The lion enters the desert alone. No crowd follows it. No teacher guides it. The lion does not seek new values yet. First, it seeks freedom. Its task is not creation, but destruction. Its task is to say one sacred word: no. The lion confronts the great dragon, and the dragon's name is Thou Shalt. On every scale of the dragon shines a value: duty, morality, tradition, holiness, obedience, sacrifice. The dragon claims all values already exist. All meaning is given. There is nothing left to create. The lion must fight this dragon, not because every old value is false, but because none of them are its own. The lion roars, I will, not yet to create, but to refuse, to reject, to break chains, to shatter idols, to burn false gods. The lion's virtue is courage, the courage to stand alone against centuries of belief, the courage to disappoint parents, teachers, society, even one's own past self. This is the most dangerous stage. The lion destroys, but it cannot build. It is powerful, but barren. It is free, but empty. Many spirits become lions and remain there forever, angry, rebellious, proud, but incapable of creating meaning. They replace old gods with nothing, old morality with resentment, old faith with nihilism. This is where many modern people are stuck. They reject religion, but believe in nothing. They reject tradition, but worship comfort. They reject authority, but submit to trends. They call their emptiness freedom. Zarathustra warns us, the lion alone is not enough. After destruction must come creation. After no must come yes. And so the spirit transforms again. The lion becomes a child. This is the most misunderstood metamorphosis. The child is not weakness. The child is not ignorance. The child is innocence regained through struggle. The child is forgetting, but not the forgetting of laziness. The forgetting of the past after it has been overcome. The child says yes. yes to life, yes to becoming, yes to play, yes to creation. The child creates new values not out of rebellion, but out of joy. The child does not need to destroy dragons anymore. The dragon no longer exists. The child lives beyond "thou shalt" and beyond resentment. The child creates like an artist, like a god, like life itself. Why a child? Because creation requires innocence. Creation requires the ability to play seriously. The child is not chained by guilt, not haunted by old laws, not obsessed with proving strength. The child creates values the way the sun shines, naturally, without justification. This is the spirit of the Übermensch in its beginning. Not a tyrant, not a ruler, but a creator. The child does not ask, "Is this allowed?" The child asks, "Is this life-affirming?" This is where Nietzsche's philosophy turns upside down everything we are taught. Morality is not something to obey. It is something to create. Meaning is not discovered. It is forged. Life is not judged. It is affirmed, even in suffering. But understand this clearly. You cannot skip stages. A spirit that tries to become a child without being a camel becomes shallow. A spirit that tries to become a creator without first becoming a lion becomes dishonest. Each metamorphosis requires the previous one to be completed. This is why Zarathustra speaks in images, not commands. He is not telling you what to do. He is showing you what happens when the spirit grows. Now look around you. Most people are still camels. They carry jobs they hate, beliefs they never questioned, values chosen for them by society. They call this normal life. Some are lions, angry, loud, destructive, convinced that rebellion itself is meaning. Very few are children. Very few create values from strength rather than resentment. And here lies the hidden cruelty of this teaching. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. You begin to recognize your own stage. You begin to feel the tension inside you. The camel feels exhausted. The lion feels furious. The child feels lonely because creators are always alone at first. Zarathustra does not promise happiness. He promises transformation, and transformation is painful. The camel must kneel. The lion must fight. The child must stand alone before the abyss of freedom. This chapter is not philosophy for comfort. It is philosophy as a mirror. It asks you silently, what have you become? And what are you still afraid to become? The tragedy of humanity, Nietzsche suggests, is not suffering. It is stagnation. To remain a camel forever is spiritual death. To remain a lion forever is spiritual sterility. Only the child allows life to renew itself. And so Zarathustra ends this teaching without conclusion. Because metamorphosis never ends. Creation must be renewed again and again. Values must be recreated again and again. Life demands continual overcoming. The spirit that can say yes to this, not once, but eternally, has begun to understand what Zarathustra whispers from the mountain. Chapter 2: The Academic Chairs of Virtue. Zarathustra now turns his gaze away from the desert and toward the city, away from the solitary spirit and toward those who teach, those who claim authority over goodness, those who sit high above others and speak of virtue as if it were property, as if it were a profession, as if it could be graded, certified, and sold. He speaks of the academic chairs of virtue. These are not merely professors in universities. They are not limited to classrooms. They are everywhere, in temples, in pulpits, in books, on screens, in institutions, in social movements, in moral campaigns. Wherever someone says, "This is what goodness is," and expects obedience rather than awakening, there sits an academic chair of virtue. Zarathustra listens to them carefully. He does not interrupt. He does not argue. He observes. And what he hears is not the voice of life, but the voice of tiredness. These teachers of virtue speak calmly, reasonably, modestly. They preach moderation, balance, safety. They warn against excess, against passion, against ambition, against depth. They praise the middle way not as wisdom, but as fear. Their highest virtue is not greatness, but harmlessness. They say, "Be good so you can sleep well. Be virtuous so you can be approved. Be moral so you can be accepted." Their virtue is comfortable. They do not demand transformation. They do not demand self-overcoming. They demand conformity. Their morality is designed not to elevate the spirit, but to stabilize society. It exists not to create higher humans, but to prevent disturbance. Zarathustra sees through this immediately. He sees that these teachers love virtue not because it makes humans strong, but because it makes them predictable, because it makes them manageable, because it makes them easy to govern, easy to employ, easy to organize. Their virtue is a tool. They say virtue is rewarded, but what they reward is obedience. They say vice is punished, but what they punish is independence. They claim to teach goodness, but they fear greatness. They fear the exceptional individual. They fear the one who does not fit neatly into moral categories. They fear the creator of new values, because new values threaten old chairs. And so they moralize. They take life's instincts, ambition, desire, aggression, hunger for power, longing for intensity, and label them dangerous, sinful, immoral. They do not ask what these instincts could become if refined, strengthened, transformed. They only ask how to suppress them. Zarathustra recognizes this as a deep misunderstanding of life. Life is not calm. Life is not moderate. Life is will, tension, force, expansion. Where life grows, it overflows. Where it overflows, it breaks old boundaries. Virtue that fears this is virtue against life. The teachers of virtue sit comfortably because they have made peace with mediocrity. They have found a way to call weakness goodness. They have transformed exhaustion into morality. They preach humility because they lack greatness. They preach patience because they lack fire. They preach peace because they lack strength. And yet they are convincing. Why? Because they speak to those who are already tired, to those who want justification for staying small, to those who want permission not to strive. Their virtue says, "You are already good enough. Do not change. Do not risk. Do not burn." This is why Zarathustra does not call them evil. He calls them dangerous. They do not lie outright. They simply reduce life. They take the word virtue and drain it of danger, of excess, of creative madness. They turn it into a polite behavior, a checklist, a reputation, something you can possess without becoming anything more. Zarathustra laughs quietly at this because he knows that virtue, in its original sense, was strength, power, excellence, the capacity to act, to endure, to create. Not a badge of honor, but a way of being. The academic chair of virtue, however, teaches virtue as something separate from life, something you apply to life, like rules applied to chaos. Zarathustra sees this as backward. Virtue must grow out of life, not sit above it like a judge. These teachers say, "Do not desire too much." Zarathustra asks, "Too much for whom?" They say, "Do not suffer too deeply." Zarathustra asks, "How else will you grow?" They say, "Do not risk yourself." Zarathustra asks, "Then why live?" The academic chairs of virtue are afraid of tragedy, afraid of intensity, afraid of the abyss. They want a world where nothing breaks, nothing overflows, nothing transforms. But such a world is already dead. Here Zarathustra reveals something sharp and uncomfortable. He says, these teachers secretly despise life, not consciously, not maliciously, but in their deepest instincts, they prefer stability over becoming, safety over creation. They want life to be quiet, orderly, well-behaved. They want existence without danger. But danger is the womb of greatness. Zarathustra does not tell us to reject virtue. He tells us to question whose virtue we are following. Is it a virtue born from strength or from fear, from abundance or from exhaustion, from life overflowing or from life shrinking? The teachers of virtue sit in their chairs and point downward. Zarathustra stands on the mountain and points forward. He knows that the spirit that has become a lion will instinctively distrust these chairs. The lion has learned to say no to inherited values. It senses that these moral teachers are gatekeepers of the old world, but the lion alone would simply roar and destroy them. Zarathustra wants more than destruction. He wants us to outgrow them. He wants a new kind of virtue, not taught, not preached, not institutionalized. A virtue that arises naturally from one's own nature, one's own struggle, one's own creative will. Such virtue cannot be universal. It cannot be standardized. It cannot be taught in classrooms. Each strong individual must forge it for themselves. This is terrifying to institutions, because institutions survive on sameness. Zarathustra sees that the academic chairs of virtue produce what he calls good sleepers, people who live morally correct lives and die without ever truly waking up, without ever asking why they lived the way they did. They were good, they were approved, they were forgotten. Zarathustra would rather see a human fail greatly than succeed modestly by borrowed rules. This chapter is not an attack on teachers alone. It is an attack on our desire to be told what is good so we don't have to decide for ourselves, on our hunger for moral permission, on our fear of standing alone, because to create one's own virtue is to accept responsibility for one's life. No excuses, no authorities, no chairs to hide behind. And so Zarathustra walks past the academic chairs without bowing. He does not argue with them. He does not try to reform them. He simply leaves them behind, as one leaves behind childhood toys that no longer fit. The question he leaves echoing is not spoken aloud, but it burns quietly in the listener. Is your virtue alive or merely approved? If you feel uncomfortable listening to this, that discomfort is the point. It is the sound of the chair beneath you beginning to crack. Chapter 3, Backworldsmen. Zarathustra now turns his eyes toward those who cannot bear the weight of this world, toward those who look at life and feel disappointment so deep that they invent another reality to escape into. He calls them backworldsmen, not because they come from another place, but because they turn their backs on this world. These are the ones who say, this life is not enough, but instead of transforming life, they abandon it. Backworldsmen are not necessarily religious, though religion has often given them shelter. They are found wherever people place meaning beyond life, in heavens, afterlives, perfect futures, pure ideas, or imagined moral orders that exist nowhere on earth. They live in hope, but it is a hope that denies the present. Zarathustra speaks harshly here because he sees something tragic beneath their beliefs. He sees wounded spirits, tired spirits, spirits that once desired greatness but were broken by suffering. Instead of growing stronger, they fled. They say the true world is elsewhere, and by doing so, they declare this world false. This is Zarathustra's accusation. To call another world true is to accuse this one of being a mistake. To worship an afterlife is to insult life. To dream of perfection elsewhere is to despise the imperfect richness of existence here. Backworldsmen did not arrive at their beliefs through strength. They arrived through disappointment. Once, they wanted this world to be just, meaningful, orderly. Once, they wanted suffering to make sense. Once, they wanted goodness to be rewarded and cruelty punished. But life did not obey their expectations. Life remained chaotic. Innocent people suffered. Evil went unpunished. Meaning did not reveal itself, so they turned away. Instead of saying, Life is difficult. Therefore, I must become stronger, they said. Life is wrong. Therefore, another world must be right. This is the birth of the backworld. Zarathustra does not deny that suffering exists. He denies that escaping it makes one noble. He denies that hatred of life disguised as spirituality is wisdom. He sees that backworldsmen call their weakness holiness, their fear humility, their resentment faith. They speak softly, they appear gentle, but their belief is an accusation against existence itself. They say, this world is only a test. Zarathustra hears, this world is not worth loving. They say, true justice comes later. Zarathustra hears, injustice here does not matter. They say, renounce desire. Zarathustra hears, I am afraid of desire. Backworldsmen often preach self-denial, asceticism, withdrawal from life. They glorify poverty, suffering, obedience, submission. Not because these things strengthen the spirit, but because they numb it, because they make disappointment bearable. Zarathustra recognizes the origin of these teachings in the body. Yes, the body. Backworldsmen often claim to despise the body, calling it sinful, impure, a prison for the soul. But Zarathustra sees the opposite. It is the body that is sick, tired, wounded. And so it invents a soul to escape itself. A body in pain dreams of heaven. A body that has failed dreams of redemption. A body that cannot dance dreams of salvation. The backworld is born not from insight, but from exhaustion. This is why Zarathustra says that once the body was full of life, it believed in no beyond. Early humans did not invent heaven because they were wise. They invented it when they were weary. When life became too heavy to affirm, they split the world in two: a low, fallen earth and a high, perfect beyond. This split is fatal, because once meaning is placed elsewhere, this life becomes merely a waiting room, a test, a punishment, a preparation. And a life lived in preparation is never fully lived. Backworldsmen do not live, they endure. They endure in hope of compensation. Zarathustra sees this as a betrayal of existence, not because suffering disappears when we deny it, but because suffering becomes meaningful only when it is affirmed, not escaped. Life demands courage, not consolation prizes. And yet, Zarathustra is not cruel. He understands why backworlds are tempting. He understands how comforting it is to believe that everything will be corrected elsewhere, that all tears will be wiped away, that all injustices will be reversed. But comfort is not truth. The cost of this comfort is immense. It robs life of urgency. It robs action of importance. It robs joy of depth. Why fully love this world if it is only temporary? Why fully commit if true meaning lies elsewhere? This is why backworldsmen often fear joy as much as they fear pain. Joy binds you to life. Joy makes you care, and caring makes loss unbearable. So they retreat into abstractions, into doctrines, into promises of later happiness. Zarathustra does not promise later. He points to now. He says, "This world is not a mistake to be corrected. It is a challenge to be met. Life is not something to be justified. It is something to be lived, affirmed, even when it hurts." The backworldsman says, "I believe." Zarathustra asks, "From strength or from need?" Here lies the heart of this chapter. Beliefs are not judged by their beauty or comfort, but by the kind of life they grow from. A belief born from abundance affirms life. A belief born from weakness escapes it. Zarathustra calls us back, not to naive optimism, but to honest confrontation with existence. No second world, no hidden meaning, no cosmic apology, only life. And this is terrifying, because without a backworld, there is no guarantee, no ultimate justice, no final explanation. There is only the responsibility to create meaning here, now, in this fragile moment. This is why Zarathustra says, "Remain faithful to the earth," not faithful to ideas about the earth, not faithful to fantasies beyond it, faithful to the body, to becoming, to struggle, to joy, to pain, to creation. The backworldsman looks upward. Zarathustra looks forward. One escapes life. The other dares it. This chapter is a mirror for our quiet habits of escape, for the ways we postpone living, for the promises we tell ourselves to endure a life we secretly do not love. Zarathustra does not ask you to abandon hope. He asks you to stop placing it elsewhere, because only those who love this world deeply enough can transform it, and only those who can say yes to this life without guarantees are strong enough to create the future. Chapter 4: The Despisers of the Body. Zarathustra now speaks to those who believe they are higher than life because they deny it. To those who speak endlessly of the soul while treating the body as something shameful, inferior, or sinful. He calls them the despisers of the body. And in doing so, he exposes one of the deepest lies ever taught to humanity. These people believe they are spiritual. They believe they have risen above animality. They believe the body is a burden to be overcome, a prison for the soul, a source of temptation and corruption. They speak as if the body were an enemy, as if purity begins where flesh ends. Zarathustra laughs at this quietly, not mockingly, but with the sadness of one who recognizes a great misunderstanding. He says, "I am body entirely and nothing besides." This is not materialism in the shallow sense. It is a declaration of honesty. Zarathustra does not deny thought, emotion, or spirit. He denies their separation from the body. What we call the soul is not something floating above us. It is a function of the body's depth, complexity, and power. The despisers of the body invert reality. They say the body is weak, but the soul is strong. Zarathustra replies, "Your soul is only as strong as your body allows it to be. Thought grows from nerves. Emotion grows from blood. Vision grows from posture, will grows from health. Even your highest ideals are shaped by your physical condition. A tired body dreams of rest. A sick body invents heaven. A weak body preaches humility. This is the dangerous insight. When someone tells you what they believe, Zarathustra listens not to their words, but to their body. Is it tense? Is it exhausted? Is it resentful? Is it overflowing? Their philosophy leaks from their posture long before it reaches their mouth. The despisers of the body did not arrive at their contempt through insight. They arrived through discomfort, through illness, through repression, through fear of desire. Instead of healing or strengthening themselves, they declared the body evil. This is how moral systems are born from weakness. They say desire is sinful. Zarathustra hears, I am afraid of desire. They say pleasure distracts from truth. Zarathustra hears, I cannot handle pleasure. They say discipline means denial. Zarathustra hears, I have confused control with suppression. Zarathustra does not praise indulgence. He praises integration. He does not call for slavery to instinct. He calls for mastery through understanding, not hatred. The body is not to be denied. It is to be refined. Here lies a crucial distinction. To despise the body is to lose authority over it. What is denied returns in distorted form. Repressed desire becomes obsession. Suppressed anger becomes cruelty. Denied vitality becomes moral judgment. The despisers of the body create elaborate systems to justify their denial. They invent hierarchies, soul above body, heaven above earth, purity above passion. But these hierarchies are not discovered. They are defenses. Zarathustra sees the body as the great reason. It is the body that chooses values long before the mind explains them. It is the body that decides what feels meaningful, dangerous, beautiful, or unbearable. Conscious thought often arrives later, pretending it was in control all along. This is humiliating to the intellect, and so the intellect retaliates by declaring itself superior. The despisers of the body want to believe they are free because they think. Zarathustra suggests something more unsettling. You think the way your body allows you to think. Your philosophy is a symptom. This does not reduce humans to machines. It deepens responsibility. If your thoughts are sick, perhaps your body is neglected. If your ideals are hostile to life, perhaps your life is starved of joy. Zarathustra's teaching here is radical. He says, there is more wisdom in your body than in your best thoughts. Your instincts, when healthy, guide you more honestly than moral doctrines ever could. The body knows when it is growing and when it is decaying, but the despisers of the body do not listen. They fear the body's voice because it does not speak in rules. It speaks in sensations, in attraction and repulsion, in energy and exhaustion, in pleasure and pain. They want certainty. The body offers only feedback, so they silence it. Zarathustra watches this with concern because a culture that despises the body produces humans who are disconnected from reality. They live in abstractions. They judge life instead of participating in it. They moralize instead of creating. Such people are easy to control. A person who mistrusts their body will trust external authority. A person who feels guilt about desire will seek permission to exist. A person who believes their flesh is sinful will surrender their will. This is not accidental. Zarathustra hints that body hatred has always served power. A population that distrusts its instincts is a population that can be guided, directed, and restrained. But Zarathustra is not preaching rebellion for its own sake. He is calling for reconciliation. He asks, what if the body is not something to overcome, but something to listen to? What if the spirit's task is not to dominate the body, but to interpret it? What if wisdom begins with embodiment? The higher human in Zarathustra's vision is not disembodied. They are deeply embodied. Their thoughts are grounded. Their values are rooted in vitality. Their discipline strengthens desire instead of killing it. They do not chase purity. They chase power with responsibility. They do not reject suffering. They use it. The despisers of the body want escape. Zarathustra wants transformation, and transformation begins with honesty. To say, my ideals come from my condition. My morality reflects my strength. My vision of the world mirrors my health. This is uncomfortable, but it is freeing, because it returns power to where it belongs, not to priests, not to moral teachers, not to abstract ideals, but to life itself. Zarathustra does not say, worship the body. He says, stop lying about it. Stop pretending you are something else. Stop hatting the ground you stand on. Remain faithful to the earth. And the earth includes your flesh, your instincts, your hunger, your longing, your capacity for joy. A spirit that makes peace with the body does not become animal. It becomes whole, and only wholeness can create new values. In this video, we walked through the opening path of Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Part 1. We explored how the spirit transforms, from the burden-bearing camel to the defiant lion, and finally to the creative child. We confronted the teachers of virtue who preach morality without vitality. We exposed the backworldsmen who escape life by inventing imaginary heavens. And we faced the truth about the despisers of the body, those who reject life while pretending to be spiritual. What unites all of these teachings is one message. Life must be affirmed, not escaped, not denied, not outsourced to another world. Zarathustra does not offer comfort. He offers responsibility, the responsibility to create meaning, values, and strength here and now. But this is only the beginning. In the next part, Zarathustra will go even deeper into passion, crime, war, power, love, death, and self-creation. The ideas will become sharper. the challenges more uncomfortable, and the mirror more honest. If this video stirred something in you, if it unsettled you, challenged you, or made you question, then you are exactly where this book wants you to be. Stay with Whispers of Wisdom, because the journey has only just begun.